come with grace. Brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me on. Father, I stretch. Wish I had a witness here. My hands to thee. No other help I know. If thou wilt withdraw thyself from me, whither shall I go? You ought to have a song. Like a ship tossed and driven by the angry seas. When the storms of life are raging and the billows fall on me, I wonder what I have done to make this race so hard to run. And I got to say to my soul, take courage, the Lord will. You see, because there are no certainties in life but problems. Problems are certain. And so since there's a certainty of problems, we ought to have some songs. You ought to have a song, and then you ought to have a praise. They were singing praises, and they were praying. Now, my brothers and my sisters, something is very important. That at midnight, in the darkest hour, they're singing praises unto God. And the Bible says that the other prisoners who weren't saved, they heard them. Can I tell you that folk who are not saved are watching you? Because you are a living testimony. That people want to see. You claim to be saved. You say you love Jesus. You say you love the Lord because he heard you cry and paid every groan. Now I want to see how you're going to respond to the mess that you're in. See, people are looking at us. And Jesus would have us to know that let your light so shine that men may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So even in the midst of my dark days, I ought to be able to say like the psalmist, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills from which cometh all of my help. From my help coming from the Lord. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The prisoners heard them. And the Bible records that the foundations, that praise, that there was such an earthquake there, that the very foundations of the prison were shaken. Can I tell you that God will answer the believer? He will, listen, your praise, your worship, your prayer life, even when you're going through, it has results. Some say, well, brother preacher, I've been in this thing for too long. How do you know you've been in it too long? Because your idea of long, you're going by your chronological perspective. But God doesn't deal by chronology. But God says, look, I'm not going to come when you want me to come. Listen, I'm not your magical genie, but I'm going to show up and I'm going to give you what you need when you need it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My brothers and my sisters, can I say this? That we live in this society of instant. Instant everything. Instant macaroni. Instant grits. Instant oatmeal. And even, to my sad regret, instant chicken. There's a process to cooking chicken. You can't negate the process. Instant. And so what we do, because we live in this instant society, we believe foolishly that if we tell God to do something, he'll do it in an instant. And much of this has been influenced by this new charismatic movement which says, listen, all you got to do is speak it and it's coming. I don't care how much you speak it, if God didn't say it, it ain't coming. This is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything, watch this, in accordance to his will, then he hears us. And if we know that he hears us, then we know we have the petition that we asked of him. Now, when is he going to do it? I don't know. The Bible also records here that not only that, but now because the prison doors were shaking and everything had begun, there was an earthquake. The jailer said, "Uh-oh, I think I better go commit suicide." Because during that period, had a prisoner escaped, the punishment fell on the one that was keeping the prison. But Paul said unto the man, "Look, don't you do yourself no harm. Don't you take that knife and cut yourself. Do thyself no harm." Because he said,